Hello there. We've just taken delivery of our first batch of the famous ProGauntlets. And since arriving yesterday, I've personally just been getting message after message from people asking a huge array of questions. Now, we are going to be producing, when I say we, myself and Nick Thomas, we're going to be producing an extensive review and sort of test of these gloves with every kind of sword that we own, sort of every permutation we can think of. And we're going to give them a really good test, sparring, drilling, have a look at the wear and tear, the quality, everything you can think of we're going to try and cover. But that's not today. I haven't even used them for sparring yet. But just to answer a few of the questions that people have been asking, I thought I'd do a very quick video just to get you started. Now, I'm in the middle of writing a whole brand new book at the moment, so I don't have a huge amount of time. So I'm going to try and keep it short and sweet. And then if there's anything that you want to know specifically, comment in the comment section and put the kind of things you'd like to know within reason. We can't obviously test them to destruction, and some people have said, can you keep hitting it until your fingers start to hurt? Well, no, I'm not doing that. But do any kind of reasonable questions, or more importantly, any particular swords or techniques or grips that you want tested, let us know. Now, let's talk more glove. This is the actual glove. Well, one of the gloves. This is the right glove. I opened them up yesterday. They actually just arrived in a cardboard box. This is how they arrived, so nothing fancy. 2 gloves wrapped in bubble wrap, pushed into a box. Apparently they're supposed to have a fancy box, but for some reason I didn't get a fancy box. But never mind. But onto the actual glove. The first impressions is these things feel like they've come straight out of West Germany. They look well made. West Germany? Germany. There's no West Germany. Not anymore. Okay, so they look like they've come out of Germany. So something that's really nicely engineered, perhaps over-engineered. That's where the review will kick in. But nicely engineered. At a distance, all the components look really high quality. And it feels heavy. Now, Boris the Bullet Dodger might tell you that, if something's heavy, that sort of denotes quality. That's not always the case, but it denotes something anyway. I checked. These weigh, I've used post office postal scales. These gloves weigh 504 grams a glove, which I believe is about 1.1 pounds. I might be wrong there. I think it's 1.1 pounds. Yeah, it sounds right. Anyway, 504 grams a piece. So if you're wearing 2 of these, you're going to be looking at, over a kilogram or over 2 pounds of glove on your hands before you even pick up a sword. So that is quite weighty. I brought a red dragon as well, just for comparison. So here's a red dragon. I can't remember what size the red dragon is, but it's the same size, or it fits the same hand that this ProGauntlet does, as in my hand. So that's the 2 of them together. Now the red dragon, to be fair, when you look at them next to each other, you can see that you're getting an awful lot for your money with the red dragon. It's obviously not a ProGauntlet, it's not for steel, but you are getting a really solid, usable glove for lots of different things. And it feels incredibly light compared to this thing. I didn't check the weight on this, but it feels, it feels like about 180 grams to me, maybe. I need to check. But anyway, it's very light. And if we go straight on to the very first thing I tested was the grip on the inside, because things like my five finger mittens are terrible on the grip. They just slip on everything. The Red Dragon isn't bad. The grip on the ProGauntlet is excellent. It's got a coarse kind of leather material. Just going to stroke it there. And it feels much grippier than the Red Dragon. So that's good news. Just get rid of the Red Dragon. In terms of putting it on, so without any adjustments made to it, you sort of pop your hand in and you've got the kind of little puller, which is only of use for putting on one glove. Because obviously once you put one glove on, you can't easily hold this bit on the other glove. So I'll pull it on. So that's the glove on my hand. Well, obviously it's my hand, it's not my head, is it? So if you have a look at the movement, I don't think there's ever really been any doubts that movement would be an issue. I'm assuming you can see it all here. And the movement is very good. So first impressions, yep, I like the movement. Wrist movement around here is good. Up to here, not so good. I had a very quick look, and it's got this sort of piece here that you can sort of detach. It's got Velcro on there. The minute you take that off, this top piece goes loose, and suddenly you've got loads of upward movement, but then it's not all held together. So I might see about a longer strap, maybe, because if you put it on tight, it kind of holds it all down tight on the back of the wrist. But anyway, there's the glove. I can't see the screen, so I'm assuming you can see it. You know, it feels fine. If I haven't got a sword in my hand, but if I imagine I'm going through cuts, yeah, it does feel a little like a pendulum. You know, you have got weight on your hand. You do feel it when you move. So you add that 500 grams to an 800 gram, maybe synthetic sword, like a synthetic sabre. You're bumping it up to something that feels more like a meaty basket hilt just by putting this on. So you do need to bear that in mind. If you've been sparring a long time, maybe it won't matter. But if the weight of the sword is an issue, this could be a problem. Now, I don't know how well the camera will pick up specific details. Let's take it off. If you can sort of look at the gubbins, you see the gubbins inside. So you can see it's got lots of kind of small moving parts held together with rubber and elastic, or elasticated sections. And like this piece here, I don't know whether you can see that, but it's just like a little piece of elastic holding onto the finger here. So it kind of borders on sort of really impressive articulated plastic sections to little pieces of rubber and elastic holding things together. So now my first impression when looking at sort of the construction of it was it looks good, but what about the things that are going to break? So obviously a slash with a bird blade against the side of the finger here, and it's got elastic, rubber, whatever that is, I don't know, more rubber there. So if any of those break, that will come loose. So the only thing I would say is having something that's kind of modular with bits that can kind of wear or break. That's fine as long as they can be replaced easily. Now it does come with a little bag of bits, which I hope I won't have to use too soon. But anyway, you can see the glove there. And I thought, just for this kind of very quick look, I just hold a few swords, just to give you a quick taste. So here's the Black Fencer 1803. It fits absolutely perfectly. I'm holding it, I'll just move off. Move it around. I can put my thumb on the back, no problem at all. I'm not going to swing it in here because the ceiling is quite low. But that fits absolutely, well, you'd expect it to fit anyway. The 1803 kind of works with everything. What else have we got? The kind of the disco Bloss Meyer sidesword, or my rapier I should say. Goes straight in, works fine. Just move out of the camera again. Out of shot of the camera I should say, not in the camera. The thumb will go onto the back. Yeah, it feels fine. And so kind of these sort of more, they're sort of simpler swords. They feel perfectly fine to me. If we go to, let's have a look. So this is a Kvetun Sidesword that needs tightening. So if we have a look with the glove, pop it in. So I've got it in there. Let's move out of shot. And it feels, let's have a look. It feels good. Not Red Dragon good. I'd say it's 90% there. You've got to still fiddle to get the fingers back out. Anyway, this isn't supposed to be a test of all the swords because that's going to follow up in another video. One thing that does concern me let's take this off, is the fingertips. So look, can I see them there? Okay, so the fingertips, you've got kind of the leather glove here. So you've got leather along here, and then the tips. So if you look at the tips there, they're sort of like a rubberized sort of plastic material that they actually come over the tip of the finger. So if you put your forefinger or your thumb on the blade or the grip, it's the tip that's going to be in contact, not the glove. And when you put it on, there's no feeling through that tip. So you can place it against metal, but you don't get that feeling of the thumb against the blade. You get the feeling of this kind of rubberized plastic. Bring it back. You get a feeling of this rubberized plastic up against the sword. So again, I haven't sparred with it yet, so I can't give you a review on, what's my impression actually fighting with them. But these are just initial observations and things people have been asking me about. And in terms of kind of the internal components and stuff, I'll go back there again, but all these little bits in here do concern me. They concerned me the first time I saw the design, to be honest, many, many years ago, in that, a meaty strike with a long sword. Imagine a long sword thrust going straight in here. What damage is it going to do? It's going to rip this material, I'm sure, because there's just little bits of elastic and rubber going down to the components. So they'll have to be replaced. And then you've got these little movable sections. So again, the proof will come in with the sparring. You may find that the whole thing feels like a tank, and it doesn't matter. There's a few little bits that stick out. So this bit here on the thumb, the base of the thumb, it's got like an extra plate to protect the ball of the thumb, which is nice, but it does stick up. You can see it here? You can get your finger underneath it. So on some swords that might catch. So we'll see how that goes. This is the 1.3 glove. I'll just show you what it's like. In fact, I've got my watch on. So you can see you can wear a watch and put the glove on, but I'm going to take it off because that's a nuisance. So popping on one glove, so I get it there. So pull it on. That feels fine. And I get glove number 2. Get that one. So there we go again. So that one's on. Not too bad. Push them on. The left one feels a tiny bit tighter. Probably because I've been doing all the testing with the right. So now I'm packing 2 gloves. And you can see, yep, lots of movement, all looks good. But I'm now rocking a kilo on my hands, and it does feel like I've actually got some quite meaty gloves for fighting now. Almost like they're sort of heavy boxing gloves. But they're quite small in shape, and the form factor is good. The knuckles are quite raised. I suspect those knuckles will make or break some of the swords you want to use. That's where the testing that me and Nick will be doing will let you know what kind of swords it will work with. No, I don't really want to jump into showing these swords now. That's just going to take forever. I suppose I'll show you one more. In fact, okay, so this is the SIGI King. So I haven't done anything with this sword yet. It's brand new. So see the SIGI King there, holding the sword. Just move off camera a sec. So let's have a look at the hand here. So that works fine. The hand goes on there. You've got plenty of space for. Bear in mind the SIGI King is a big sword. It's bigger than I was expecting actually. Can you put the thumb on the blade? Let's look. Yes, you can. But as I said before, there's no feeling through the. So yeah, I can put it against it, but it is rubber against steel. So I don't know how that will translate in sparring. Holding the sword, and if you're going into half swording, so you brought the hand off and came in, you've actually got really good grip. When the tips aren't involved, so when you're doing it like this, the grip is excellent. This feels almost like I don't have a glove on. Although, of course, as it gets burred, what happens to those little rubber rings that hold the glove into the outer armour You know, holding that there, is that going to damage them? I don't know. But, you know, you do get, it is really good grip. Moved around. I can't really do a huge amount with that until I get sparring. Anyway, the point of the video was just to let you see these gloves. So I'll bring one up again. I know the lighting's fine in here until maybe, actually no, if I keep it back, I think you can see a reasonable amount of detail. There's definitely a kind of a Sauron vibe to them. And then both together, well, look at that. It's almost like it's the thumbnail. So as I said, this was just a very, very quick look. I say quick, looking at the counter, we've gone on 16 minutes already. 16 minutes with no actual detail. Good grief. Okay, anyway, so if you want to know anything about the gloves, or if there's something you'd like to see tested or you'd like us to test and give you feedback on it, you need to comment as soon as you can. I'm going to be testing these on Saturday at sparring. Nick is going to be testing them on Monday, also in sparring. Then we're going to go away and we're going to kind of review them independently, then have a chat about it, and then sort of present our conclusions in a video, put it all together. I don't know how long it's going to be. We might have to do multiple parts, and it may be like a separate video for longsword and one for side swords. I don't know. I just know that lots of people have got questions about the ProGauntlet. So chuck those questions into the comments section, and hopefully we'll be able to put together a really nice, meaty ProGauntlet video for you. Again, I haven't put details in, haven't talked about things like price and availability. That's all to go in the review. This was just a quick, hey, we got the ProGauntlets, and we're as surprised as you are. This is roughly what they look like. Ask your questions. So ask away, and you will have your reply as soon as humanly possible. Thanks for watching, and now I'm going to get changed and get straight back to my writing of my new book. Okay, thanks. Bye.